everyone present here, all the delegates and all the senior faculties of this nation, all the senior microbiologists of this nation. I can see Dr. Halami, Prakash Halami here. Once I met
Good
sir.
evening. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening. So, on behalf of Microbial Society, just as a custom, it's my pleasure to welcome you all in this roundtable discussion on microbial physiology. Actually, as we know that microbial physiology lies at the heart of microbiology because it connects the molecular mechanism with ecological behavior, revealing how microorganisms survive under extreme conditions, resist antibiotic and cooperate with the complex communities. So that's a very heart of this type of interactions within the nature. And moreover, when we look at the application-oriented sides like healthcare, agriculture, environmental, especially sustainability, such discussions are very much vital nowadays. So, in this regard, this topic, today's roundtable discussion topic is very much important. As always, we expect that the roundtable discussion here will create an open forum to exchange our ideas. The experienced researchers, young scholars, whoever present here, who has ideas about this, we will be enriched. All of us will be enriched from the views of um, others present here. So again, we extend sincere gratitude to all our distinguished participants, members, and organizing committees on behalf of Microbial Society of India. Let's make today's discussion both stimulating and meaningful. So I expect cordial participation from all the dignitaries present here. So shall we start the program? Okay. Shall we go to, yeah, shall we go to, um, I think anyone's, maybe from Dr. Prakash Alami, sir, on your view first.
Yeah, good evening, everyone, and nice to see Dr. Ganguly is coordinating this roundtable discussion today. You can
Thank
hear
you,
me,
sir.
right?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's clear.
Yeah, yeah. Belated Diwali greetings to all. I guess most of the
Yes, sir.
places still festival being celebrated now also. Yeah, microbial
Is
physiology actually is a very important topic.
Sir, is there
I think somebody
two
is using
gadgets
more than
open?
one device.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, somebody is doing, I think.
If you just mute it, yeah, yeah, that's fine. Now it's okay.
Yeah, so what we are looking actually in the microbial physiology is the function and the life process of the microorganisms, especially with including their cell structures, how growth happens, the metabolism, which is actually more important metabolism, because what it happens in prokaryotes is totally different than the eukaryotes. And then genetic makeup, of course, everyone knows, you know. So this subject also is a multidisciplinary, you know. Not only we study the in general microbiology, but the biochemistry, genetics also, and how these microorganisms, adapt to the different environment with reference to the stress response, with reference to the stress, physical or the biological stress, their reproduction, when we see totally different mechanism than the eukaryotic or the higher organisms, right? Yeah, and then nutrient conservations are the like their reproduction with reference to the not only the cell division but the sporulation, which we don't see in other organisms or higher organisms. This kind of process. And then, like this nodal bacteria, right? And several bacteria like this enzymes, very important physiology aspects. How the signal peptides actually direct the protein and target in a different cellular components or in the extracellular medium. Yeah. And how this is actually useful for the microorganism and how we are using this information for our benefit as a form of this medicine or in the agriculture or in the industry. Now we know that most of these enzymes produced by the bacterial cultures we use in the food industry, yeah. We use in the detergent industry, yeah, and all. So this is actually a very important aspect. We actually depends on the microorganism for several metabolite production also, because when we see their metabolism with reference to the sugar utilization and converting into the pyruvic acid. So pyruvic acid actually gets converted into the different organic acid, then different compounds, right? And as a part of anaerobic respiration. So this process, the pyruvate metabolism, which is actually useful with reference to the industrial microbiology, because we get several microbial metabolites. The organic acids are there, the solvents are there, acetic acid is there, through this pyruvate metabolism, which is otherwise you will not find in any other organisms, right? So a very important aspect. We should actually listen from the youngster also where they find the difficulties in this. If they work on the microbial physiology, if it is on the sporulation in the spore forming bacteria, or the how the vegetative cells get converted into the spores, how spores actually resist to the different stress in the stresses, how the genetic makeup is in general is being actually stored in the chromosome, which is actually useful for the microorganisms, to take care of their the multiplication and then doing the different physiological processes. Similarly, which we see with reference to the industrial enzyme production, most of the enzymes which we actually take from the fungal cultures, right? So how this enzyme production actually we see sometimes in the aerobic condition, solid state fermentation, or in the submerged fermentations. So all these are actually important components to harvest such a useful metabolites, making the microorganisms to serve our need, and to understand this one has to be very thorough or in depth about the microbial physiology. I'd be very happy to answer few questions subsequently. So over to you, sir.
Sir,
Hello.
thank you for enriching with your valued suggestions and valued talk. Uh, may I request someone else, Dr. Majid or Dr. Rammurthy or anyone else? Vamadevi R is also there, Dr. Vamadevi R. Uh, can we move the program in that direction with any question to Dr. Halami or thank you, sir, for giving so much direction to the to today's discussion. So it's very vital for all the processes and wherever it interacts with the nature or wherever we are trying to get some benefit from the organism, we must encounter this type of pathways and this type of metabolic processes, physiological processes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So can we move to, for example, I can't read the name. There is a one participant called Realme 11C. I'm not getting your name. Can you hear something from Dr. Vamadeviya? on this topic? Or Dr. V. Ramurthy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please have some
Yeah, I
views
can.
on this.
Yeah, I can hear you well. Yeah, I can hear you well.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's very clear.
Yeah, it's the sound is clear. It will
Sound is
respond.
clear. So,
Yeah, yes. So it's muted. Your voice is muted when getting the voice.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
now
what
you
was the
can.
question? What was the question, sir? Sorry. Go ahead.
Actually, today we are discussing on microbial physiology, and Dr. Prakash Halami sir enriched us with different views, their applications, and their, the microbial physiology's involvement in different
Yes.
aspects. So, if you
Yeah.
just enlighten us on those things, or
Oh.
proceed
Okay.
with
Okay.
that.
Actually, I I didn't. I thought someone present I can listen. So I that's what I just joined today. But next time I'll interact. Definitely, sir. This time,
Okay,
I didn't
okay,
prepare.
Yeah,
I
that is
didn't
all right.
prepare
Yes,
any
yes, yes.
any notes.
Yeah,
I'll do that next time.
yes, yes.
okay, okay.
So,
Yeah, just
Can we?
Dr. Ganguly, I just missed two important point. One is, of course, the antibiotic resistance, right?
Yes, sir.
Because this
Mhm.
is another important aspect. If it is
Mhm.
not a acquired resistance by the horizontal gene transfer, but if it is intrinsic resistance, so that is
Yes,
governed by again the physiology of organisms, right? And this is actually happens when we actually expose the organism from lower doses to the higher dosage, a sequential concentration. Microorganisms they adapt, you know, based on their physiology, and then they changes. They tolerate that antibiotic resistance. So this is very important aspect these days because no, somehow, somewhere, we are actually exposing the microorganism for a lower concentration of antibiotics, and then we see the several organisms are found to be resistant to most of these antibiotics, right? So this is one of this very important area of research nowadays, which we are actually looking. Similarly, acquiring the genes like virulent genes uh, in the community or the biofilm formation. So biofilm formation again we actually see with reference to the stress, with reference to the antibiotics concentration, with reference to the pathogenicity, several reasons. You know. So one has to actually really understand the microbial physiology, how this microorganism actually adapts to the different, the cell-to-cell communication. Yeah. Quorum sensing is another actually important area. Quorum sensing as well as
exactly.
the quorum quenching, right? So several such actually natural phenomena are there which actually will be happening in the environment, and we will not be actually much aware about that.
Another important
You know.
thing
So
is
what bacteria or microorganisms does maybe not to achieve,
Yes, sir. Dr.
right?
Mujib.
Then there are actually like a biochemical cycle
Yeah, please continue. Then we will go
like
for
a,
to Dr. Mujib
you know.
Mohim.
So these are actually another, yeah.
Yes, sir. You continue just. Then we will go for, to Dr. Mohim Majuddin, sir.
yes, another important thing is means we have to understand about how the microorganisms switch their conditions from aerobic respiration to anaerobic respiration. That is also becoming a challenge to study about this microbial physiology. How they how they utilize the diverse energy sources and how they adopt the extreme environment So this is somehow becoming the challenge in microbial physiology study.
Yes, sir, you told about very important topic here, and Dr. Halami sir was talking about some very vital point like the antibiotic resistance and biofilm formation. So, sir, anyone else, if um, shed some light on these topics like
Sir, I have one doubt in biofilm, sir. What is the role of biofilm in the antibiotics?
yeah. So, as we briefly know that biofilm is a protection mechanism from the antibiotics too. Because sometimes it entraps the antibiotic, and sometimes it repels somehow pump out to the biofilm in that way. So may I go to Dr. Prakash Lami sir or Dr. Majid Mohiuddin sir on this
Yeah,
topic?
yeah, yeah. Just I will explain our own experiment.
Sure,
Actually,
sir.
when we actually expose the bacteria to the sublethal concentration of antibiotics, the biofilm formation get induced. You know, so biofilm, because bacteria also has to actually protect themselves from the lethal concentration of these antibiotics, and that actually, not only the antibiotic stress, but any other stress is also given to the organism. They actually produces the biofilm, the exoporous, they secrete the exopolysaccharide, and that network of this biofilm do not allow the any stress or antibiotics to penetrate and damage the cell wall. All right. So this is how actually microorganisms they protect from any such adverse effect from the extracellular environment. This is actually very classical example which we have actually studied in case of the aminoglycoside antibiotics. That bacteria actually tends to develop a biofilms and resist the higher concentration of antibiotics. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your great explanation.
Sir, I had a question particularly that in presence of antibiotic in some publications I found and that in presence of antibiotic bacterial, if the bacterial is motile bacteria, the motility increase. It tries to move from one side to another side to escape from the reach of antibiotic. Uh, does anyone has such experience in that also? Because it's escape mechanism, I think. So if someone wants to shed some light on that. Okay. So, can we go in some other perspective, for example, sustainability, environmental sustainability, and microbial physiology in that way?
If we discuss about the extreme environment adaptations,
Yeah. So, Dr. Mojit sir, will you shed some light on that?
hello,
Hello.
am I
Yeah.
audible?
Will you shed some light on that? Will you enlighten us on that topic too?
Yeah, means we have to study about the microbial enzymes, how they are getting, means how they can tolerate to extreme environment, how they can live in extreme environment. Uh, Theoretically, we can do this one, but we are getting some challenges here also to unveil these things, how they are developing such a mechanisms, how they are developing enzymes, even for the antimicrobial resistant organisms. So, how they are shifting their mechanism. So, this is somehow what I think to understand.
Sir, which type of extremophiles you were talking about? Is it temperature or
Temperature,
salinity, temperature.
temperature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And any specific sites, sir, would you like to mention that
Uh,
it's an aqueous environment or other environment?
No, just environment.
Okay. Yes, sir. In my personal experience, I also found something that here is a hot spring in West Bengal. It's called Bokreshwar Hot Spring. I was working on the antibiogram of that environment. So I also found that some organisms from which can survive and replicate above 80 degrees centigrade, they are also producing some kind of enzymes which are inhibiting the growth of other organisms. So
Yeah,
it's not,
true.
yeah,
Because I also faced these things when I was working in Addis Ababa University.
yeah.
So there are so many hot springs in Addis Ababa. So we took a few samples we collected from
Mhm.
there, and then we have experience of this one. It's what you are talking the same thing we have also faced. The problem.
And maybe the most notorious student in a class, they have some special characteristics. It's like that. Yeah. So can we move to some other field staying within this regime, microbial physiology today? Since Dr. Prakash Alami sir is showing light his from the today's inception, so I'll go to sir again.
Yeah,
Sir,
tell me.
yeah, sir, will you discuss on some other parameters like sustainability, involvement of this microbial physiology in sustainability, which is very much important in today's world?
Mhm. So with reference to sustainability, we can talk about the nitrogen fixation,
Yeah,
which
in
happens
that
in
way.
the agriculture, right? Yes. Similarly, we can talk with reference to the gut microbiota also, because that is containing to health and wellness. And you know that our whole gut microbiota is depends on the microbial physiology, their tolerance to acid bile stress, their tolerance to the pH, tolerance to the temperature when we are actually processing, thermostable. Thermostable probiotics are given, or actually people are claiming, because those thermostability actually is required, especially while processing the product. You know, so what type of the chaperones or the proteins which gets expressed and can help the bacteria to survive under harsh condition of the processing. Similarly, the oxygen tolerance, because the anaerobic bacteria like bifidobacteria, we always have a problem of their being they are the anaerobic in nature. They will not be able to tolerate the oxygen. So how their mechanism actually works, if they get exposed to oxygen, or how we can actually prevent the bacteria to lose prevent their viability when they are getting exposed to the oxygen. So these are actually very industrially important aspects and related to the health and wellness, because you know that the bacterial bifidobacterial count is specifically is being depleted in our GI tract, and more the bifidobacteria which is supposed to be more healthy, less the bifidobacteria which is supposed to have a more dysbiotic gut. We supposed to have more gastrointestinal problem, less weaker immunity. We are more prone for the infection. We are actually more prone for the allergy, you know, and then possibility the more lifestyle diseases also. We can actually succumb to the more lifestyle diseases, you know, because the poverty or healthy also is one of this important agenda in the sustainable development goal, SDGs, better health, right? And then all this microbial physiology, or what we can say, the bio E3 concept of even government of India, the employment, energy, and environment, right? So we can actually
Yes, sir.
maintain the better environment through the bioremediation, where we can use the microorganisms, for the recycling or the composting purpose, or the recovery of the several bioactive molecules by this fermentation or by ensilaging. Then cleaning the environment also, the air pollution,
Carbon
you know,
capturing also.
carbon
We
capturing
get
process. Exactly.
photosynthetic
Yes,
microbes.
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the similarly the energy, the hydrogen production, no, several of these microorganisms can be used, or even the for hydrogen production, even the blue green algae is being used, or the hydrocarbon production like botryococcus, you know. So this is how actually we have to actually trap the energy from the environment through the microbial processes. So this is another the bio3, and then now bio-entrepreneurship, because finally we have to generate the employment also, right? And then using through the biotechnological tools, there is actually possibility to look one or other several such approaches, and then develop the strategy where several new industries, actually bio-based industry, what I'm talking about, can come up, because these are actually the with a lower carbon footprint, better environment, and a sustainable. So this route is always a sustainable, the microbial route. Uh, Cleaning the drinking
Yes, right.
water,
That's the
drinking
advantage.
water.
Yes.
Yes, then bioremediation, or the cleaning of this pollutant in the water, also sewage water. So several such things actually can be the process of bioremediation. Such cultures or the consortia can be developed. Their physiology can be understood. How they can actually work in combinations, and then how they can be actually immobilized and then used repeatedly, rather than going for the chemical, hazardous chemical or organic solvent. How we can actually use this material. Similarly, the fermentation process also for recovery of several bioactive molecules, like for the seaweed, we can actually use. We can use the fermentation process rather than organic acid extraction, right? And then we develop such a eco-friendly method. We have actually carried out some work using the bacterial lipase for treating this slaughterhouse waste,
Yes,
because the
slaughterhouse
slaughterhouse
is
waste.
for processing the, yeah, for processing the skin for
Yes,
future.
exactly. Because the
Mhm.
very strong no, calcium carbonate is being used, and then that actually
Yeah,
causes a lot
environmental
of
damage.
pollution. Yes, in the environment, as well as deleterious effect on the ecosystem, uh, the whatever the marine life, basically. You know, Similarly, we use the similar methodology for even tannery waste processing, leather industry tannery waste, because in a tannery waste also they use lot of calcium carbonate for dehairing purpose. You know, so we actually were the first to demonstrate how the lactic acid bacteria can be used, because they make the lipase, and that also does almost the similar process, and then the waste which is being generated can be actually reused as a poultry feed, poultry or fish, or as a fish feed. So these are such, I would say, that they're part of the our SDGs goal, somewhere, some part. Yes. Over to you, sir.
Yes, sir. You showed a different ways of this application, microbial application. Sir, this is an open question from my end to this platform, that if someone enlighten a little bit or discuss a little bit about the current industrial scenario which are utilizing this type of advantages of microbes. If anyone just enlighten us a little bit. What is the Indian perspective, I'd say? Because as Dr. Halamis had remembered us that Bio3 has been implemented by Government of India, um, uh, but that's a policy. Now, how much has been implemented in the industrial belt? If someone can discuss on that. Or Dr. Halami sir, if you just uh, tell some word on
Yeah,
that.
now actually with relation to the Bio-3, there are call for projects from DBT also. Because this was the Bio-3 policy was some, as you rightly told last year, I think it was sometimes in July. And based on those policies now, Government of India, especially DBT is calling for a project proposal also. And I found to be the associated with the functional food. Yeah, functional food Bio-3 team as a co-chairman from this month. And then of course our inning has not yet started, but then we will be actually receiving several such Bio-3 related projects. How through the biotechnological intervention we can actually improve the biomanufacturing, the production of different value-added food products, feed, agricultural produce as a part of the functional food, or the nutraceutical. So this will be perhaps the one of this major agenda. Now we see how actually industry actually comes up, because the enzyme production, yes, it is there, but then slower speed. But if you see the poultry feed, I think people are now using, or
Yeah,
the animal feed like phytates, several of the enzymes they are actually using, and then they are actually getting probiotics. They are actually manufacturing, and then they are using in poultry as well as the animal feed, and then they claim very good results, promising results. You know. So similarly, this area actually can go even the environment, controlling the environment pollution, because this is actually a major problem these days in Indian context, especially in the city like Delhi. Air pollution is the major. They are actually trying to put several plants and this thing, but we never knows to what extent they are actually successful. Yeah. So
In
noise pollution is
bioremediation,
there,
yeah,
environmental pollution is there.
heavy
You
metal
know.
degradation.
Yeah, yes, heavy metal pollution. So we have to actually now. Another is no this
Major is plastic.
waste from
Plastics
this
also there.
electronic
Yeah,
electronic
electronic
waste. So
waste. Yeah,
even
electronic
yes,
waste.
yes. Some people actually they are using this microbial consortia for demineralization of this electronic waste, because electronic waste also now is being generated in abundance, and then their disposal is a major problem. You know. So that also from the environmental perspective, I think these are very vital areas. If we don't take at this moment the right step, I think in a few days there can be a major issue. You know, even most of the cities, I think now dumping the waste is the major issue, which is actually causing the pollution problem. Yeah. And then we do not have that many the microbial consortia to treat the city municipality waste, or reuse that waste for like a circular economy, part of a circular economy, or these things. Or the simpler way we can see the green chemistry approach for nanoparticle synthesis. At least
yeah,
academic and research wise, the people are using. Several publications we see across India in this area. As a green chemistry approach, they are actually very effectively they are using these methodologies. Yeah. So I think MBSI actually also should make such a representation how the microbial physiology or this topic also is being recognized at the center level to fund such attractive projects. I think there is a bigger scope in a country like India, where we have actually the abundant scope to treat the water, the lake water, the river water, the ponds, our Ganga, similarly the lake, then the air pollution problem, the noise problem everywhere, the city municipality waste, everywhere. Even the food industry waste actually is being generated, even the agricultural waste. We do not have the proper management practices. I think in Haryana, Punjab, they just burn that rice, right? And that also is causing the pollution. But if there would have been a very effective methods of reusing that, I think the most of this problem would have been settled much properly. So this is, I think, a right time, I guess, to make ourselves to realize and then bring those things in a practice, right? And then same effect actually we see when we use the excessive use of this antibiotics or other solvent and chemicals, because they are also actually causing contribute to develop the resistance in bacteria. So what we actually were seeing the resistant level, now actually it has increased double or triple. Very high level of resistance, especially in a bacteria like Staphylococcus aureus, MRSA, methicillin resistant Staphylococcus, or VRE, vancomycin resistant enterococci. And almost I think the very correct example is I think Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Excessive drug resistance. So all this is because of the uncontrolled usage of these antibiotics, which made this bacteria resistant to several of this, behind the multi-drug resistance. What I am trying to tell you is, you know. So I think problems are increasing day by day.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It's
Over to
increasing.
you, sir.
That's why our research area has to be more in that aspect, and MBSA is also trying to spread that knowledge. With that view, we arrange today's program especially on microbial physiology and their application. Because ultimately we have to go for the application from the bench to the bedside or brain field. So the points which mentioned by you is very much obviously very much pertinent, and that's not waiting for my certification. But sir, one thing is that among these issues, I am very much interested about the role of microbes in the air pollution, in controlling air pollution. Will anyone shed some light on that? uh, which is going on in India, which type of research is going on in India on controlling the air pollution. As Sam mentioned, that in Delhi some projects was is running in over there. So will someone just shed some light on that? Okay. So with this, in between, I'd like to share that I have shared the link for certificate generation in our chat box. So we are towards the end of our today's discussion. If anyone has any question regarding on this issue, so you just feel free to raise that. Otherwise, we'll go for to complete today's session.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
Sir, yeah, while talking on the gut microbiota, gut is the second brain of our human. According to that, kefir is a probiotic food. I want to need more explanation about this, sir. Kefir. It is made up of a LAB, lactic acid bacteria. Is a strain. It's a
Okay.
grain. Will be made up as a kefir. Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Can you delete this topic, sir?
Yeah, actually, you were talking about kefir, right? So kefir is one of this very
Yeah, sir.
wonderful probiotic because it has a lactic acetic acid bacteria and yeast also, combination of the several
Yes,
bacteria,
sir.
and which actually helps to modulate the immune system beside actually balancing the microbial gut biome, gut microbiota. So and then
Yes,
produces
sir.
the several neurotransmitters. That is actually more important, which actually gives the signals or the passes the information to our brain, especially with reference to the
Yes, sir.
normal functioning. You know, so this is actually very important aspect how we actually standardize or optimize those bacterial compositions and see how they actually colonizes in our GI tract and helps to produce. Because what happens, most of these probiotics when we supplement or consume, they will not be survived. You know, they are actually the adaptability. We have always a problem. The foreign origin probiotics. If you talk about this Yakult product, Lactobacillus casei shorta strain, because it is not from the gut of this local population. Or Lactobacillus rhamnos GG culture, again from Europe, or with reference to Bifidobacteria minimalis culture, again from the Europe.
Sir,
So this,
sorry to interrupt you in that aspect. I had the stress on that one, that what is the Indian perspective? Because we are applying everything in Indian population, isn't it? So what is the Indian perspective? Because these are foreign genomic background or foreign microbial background, isn't it? So
yeah,
what is
exactly.
the Indian perspective, sir?
Yeah,
If
because
you
they will
discuss.
not be able to colonize in our
Yes,
gastrointestinal tract.
yes, that's the problem. Mm.
So again, the microbial physiology. So we have to isolate the culture
But
which are
I
actually
think, yeah, doctor, I
from
think
the local
our
population.
lifestyle also is the main problem here, no?
Yes.
Lifestyle,
Yeah,
apart
yeah, that
from
is what, because
yeah,
our food
that is
habit, the
also
lifestyle,
mhm.
the several factors
Several
are
factors are there.
involved in that. Yeah. So in external as well as the internal, factors, these are actually contributing for their better performance. And this is actually the major issue with reference to the probiotic intervention what we are actually giving. Either in the tablet form, again the viability issue is there, and then we never knows the commercially available product, because most of these probiotics are now are been blacklisted. You know the because of their not having sufficient claim of the health benefits, not having their sufficient viability data, how much they should be given in the live form. Since few probiotics they are studied, so people are using that information as a standard or reference and then going ahead. But yeah, no, the effect is just strain specific. The effect is based on the scientific evidences which we show. The, the effect is based on the dosage, the duration, and all. So these studies are actually required more in detail. Then only we will be able to come to a logical conclusion. But still, for some of the neurological disorder like autism, probiotics have been proven to be useful. You know, so to with reference to the other neurological disorders like Parkinson or Alzheimer, not very direct evidences, but then still the some clinical trial, preclinical trial, people have shown some biomarkers based strategies, or the results are available actually. Improvement in the such some of these vital molecules are the biomarkers. People have demonstrated those kind of things, right? Yes. I hope
Good
it
evening,
was
sir.
convincing. We can wound up, I guess.
Yes,
If there
sir,
are
we can
some,
round up in this point. Thank you for joining today's session. And I think it's a very enriching session. It will stay on YouTube, and we can
wonderful.
future in future we can everyone can listen to that. Okay.
Sir, I too
So
have one doubt. Good evening, sir.
yes, sir, please.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am, please.
yes, sorry. Previously, when you asked, I didn't answer because I just joined the meeting. That's why. Now I got an idea what the discussion is going on. Therefore, I am asking. Like sir has described about the probiotics and all. For each and every individual, the microbiota will be different, no, sir? So how come it is possible that people are going thereby and getting some prebiotics or probiotics? They are choosing by their own and having it by themselves. How it works actually? Is there any significance like having
Yeah, that is what actually
going?
the
Yes.
in depth clinical trials are required. The longitudinal, the bigger cohort studies are required, and then long term strategies are required. Not that each and every probiotics are for each and every individual probiotics are effective, but then we have to actually optimize the dosage. We have to see what actually the conditions are. We have to see they do not have the immunocompromised conditions. They do not have the leaky gut. It is not the 100% solution through the probiotics, because probiotics as such are meant for a preventive purpose, you know. So it has to be actually standardized. But then in
Yes,
general,
exactly, sir.
once
Yes,
we say,
but in general, it is easily available in medical stores and everything. Like some medicines, we only get through even allopathic medicines, we get only by the prescription of a medical practitioner. But
yes,
these all things, these pre and probiotics, it is easily available, or common people can go and purchase these things. So, is there the need of the situation like it should be under the control of a medical practitioner only this
no, yes, as a functional food, it is not needed because we are taking otherwise through dairy curd or any dairy products or fermented products. So we are actually taking this. But if we are taking as a pills, you know, or the capsule, then yes, you know. But as a food supplement, no, it is available in the market also, which probiotics one should consume and all. No. But if they have some sort of the infectivity or virulence problem, then we never know. Some cases of pathogenicity in probiotics also is reported. So that part we have to be really careful, you know. But those are
yes
actually
sir.
very less.
Yes sir, and that too in different flavors and all, it is available in market. I think that's also too bad.
Yeah, basically because people are, you know, the companies are looking how the consumers prefers, you know, what is the consumer preference is, what type of product they actually requires. So from
But
that angle, they are
flavors,
actually
they are not using natural flavors, natural colors they are not using.
trying. Exactly.
Another
Your voice is a little bit cracking, so if you just recover that.
Okay, then, sir, you can conclude now.
Yes, sir. So today's it was a very enriching session.
Sir,
With this,
Definitely.
we are, if anyone doesn't have any further question, we can talk over WhatsApp and all groups also.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So can we conclude today's session? Okay.
okay.
So thank you for everyone for joining today's session. On behalf of MBSI, I am expressing my gratitude. Thank you. We'll meet again on another topic.
Okay,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
thank you, sir.
Hopefully, you have all filled up the form for getting the certificate. The link is
Yes, sir.
provided in the chat box. Yeah. Thank you.